This is a Ryan Little production.
Some VR stuff today. Probably a lot of learning, some material making, round tripping, trying to figure out the best way to really kind of round trip stuff between Revit and Unreal. Maybe even get our first walkthrough set up and do a test export. I really wish that I could get chat working or watch me work and restream. Let's see if anybody's done that yet. Restream. Restream chat. really sure what to do about that yet. So, anyway, good morning. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be having some fun today. Hopefully getting through some models. And I guess I might as well launch a video here. I might also go find some, see that, I know a lot of people are actually going to close tab, reopen close tab, because this is going to be a little bit easier doing it this way. Let's see, somebody here working Unreal. Blender. It's Blender. Guess we can hide all of these. Yeah, that's fine. Can you just not notify me? I don't care. Settings, notifications. Can we turn off notifications? Goodness gracious. I know that the headset is not tracking. Alright, you know what? Quit VR. New plugins are available. None of this is gonna help me right now, so not going to worry about that. So I feel like maybe the first thing I need to do is to create a new map. So let's go to content, let's go to maps, and let's add a new level. Call the level. Add a new level. We're gonna call this Hartford. And I'm thinking what we might be able to do is do a bunch of these in the same project. So, yeah. Save. Oh no. Save selected. We do want to save it. And we have nothing. Nothing is there. So, go back to these are levels. Let's see if we can maybe I don't think this is the right one, it's not. So what we want to do is we want to figure out all the settings. So I think we might need to do a quick map tutorial. Hey, maybe I should make it so you guys can see me. Hi! There's my screen. I wonder what happens if I unmute all these guys. Like, let's... Is everyone listening to music? Live. Wow. That's inconvenient. Wow. I can't get these to go live because every time I hover over the live button, the volume comes up. That one's live. This one is not. That is ridiculous. Is the only way to do this with a mouse? Oh my goodness. Live. Yeah, see, they're all playing music, so it's... Ah! Okay, mute. Maybe David's not playing music. He is. And he is. Okay, well, that's the best I can do for now. Okay. So I think, where did I leave off? What all have I done? Let's go to the Unreal docs, docs.unreal.com. And let's do getting started. We have not done level designer. We did editor basics.
Hey man, what's wrong with you?
I'm not too concerned with programming quick start. I am interested in terminology. So let's go look at this real quick. Page is dedicated to describing commonly used terms and working with UE4. For example, if you find yourself asking questions like what is an actor, what is component, or what is a pawn, this page will highlight blah 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 blah. Project self-contained unit that holds content and code. I like this coding style right here, where content overlaps so you can't read it. That's well designed. Content and code that make the individual game coincide with a set of directories on your disk. For example, the image below the hierarchy tree content project. It's the same directory structure as found in the project folder on your disk, which is true. Although a project is referenced by the U project file associated with it, they are two separate files that exist alongside each other. The U project is a reference file used to create, open, or save a file, whereas a project contains all of the files and folders associated within it. That makes sense also. You can create any number of different projects which can all be maintained and developed in parallel. Both the engine and editor can easily switch between them, which will allow you to work on multiple games at once or have several test projects in addition to your main game project. Objects. Okay, objects contain a lot of the essential under-the-hood functionality. Just about everything inherits from an object in C++. UObject is the base class of all. Such as garbage collection, metadata, uProperty support for exposing variables to the Unreal Editor, and serialization for loading and saving. The class defines the behaviors and properties of a particular actor or object. See, we haven't talked about actors yet. Why would you have something up here that hasn't been discussed? Classes are hierarchical, meaning a class inherits information from its parent classes. Makes sense? An actor is any object. Okay, we talked about that. That can be placed into a level. Actors are a generic class. Generic classes support 3D transformations such as translation, rotation, and scale. Actors can be created and destroyed. There are several types of actors. Some include static match actor, camera actor, player start actor. Components. Piece of functionality can be added to an actor. Pawns are a subclass of actor and serve as in-game avatar persona. For example, characters in a game, pawns can be controlled by a player or by the game's AI. Okay, so pawns are things that we're controlling. Character is a subclass of the pawn actor that is intended to be used as a player character. The character subclass includes collision setup, input bindings for bipedal movement, and additional code for movement controlled by the player. Player controller class is used to take player input and translate that into interactions in the game. Player controller. Every game has at least one player controller in it. A player controller often possesses a pawn or character as a representation of the player in a game. Primary network interaction point for multiplayer games. And just as player controller possesses a pawn, an AI controller possesses a pawn to represent non-player characters. A brush is an actor that describes a 3D volume that is placed in a level in order to define level geometry and gameplay volumes. Typically, you will use DSP brushes to prototype or block out your levels for gameplay testing. Volumes, on the other hand, have several uses depending on the effects attached to them, such as blocking volumes, pain-causing volumes, or trigger volumes. A level is a user-defined area of gameplay. Levels are created, viewed, and modified mainly by placing, transferring, editing properties of the actors it contains. In the Unreal Editor, each level is saved as a separate UMAP file, which is also why you will sometimes see them referred to as maps. Okay, world contains a list of levels that are loaded. Right? Game stats contains information replicated to every client in the game. Player stats, and those are probably good things to know, but we're not going to be using them too much probably. Alright, so a few of those things were pretty helpful. I've already done the artist quick start. Let's do level designer quick start real quick. This. Alright, click the New Project tab, blank blueprints, and then create new project. I think we can do this in this project. In the next step, we'll cover basic controls for navigating viewports inside the Unreal Editor. With the project open, the first thing you may notice is a viewport in the center of the Unreal Editor. Well, we didn't have this. Inside the viewport is where you will do most of your level construction. The template project that we selected in the previous step. Did we select a template project? We selected blank. You'll have a template that you can build onto your future projects. Click the New Project tab, select the blank blueprint template, and then click Create Project. So we selected the blank. I'm just curious. I do New Project. Select blank. And we call this My Blank Project. We hit create project.
Start with inhale, exhale. Inhale deeply, rise onto your toes, and stretch arms high. Exhale, lower the heels, circle arms out and down. Again, inhale and stretch high.
Oh, you know what? Okay, it does. What is minimal default? So I bet minimal default. So I bet if I go back, recent projects, Hartford VR. Let's close the mirror. Oh my lord, this is ridiculous. And I really wish, I might have to hack our company router, because we've been in this office for 8 months and they still haven't fixed this issue. And frankly, it's kind of ridiculous. Well, maybe Bluebeam will finish doing whatever it's doing, jerking off or whatever it's doing, I don't know, at some point. In the meantime, I'm going to come back over here and work. Alright, so I think if I come back to content, starter content, maps, there's a minimal default. That guy right there. So we can actually do this from this point right here. Okay. Nice. Next, we create a new level that we'll use to build our game environment in. While there are several different ways you can create a new level, we will use the file menu method, which will present us with level selection options. File level. Already messed up. Empty level. And I think this is where I was before. Yep, this is... Except I don't see the grid in here, so we'll see if maybe it fixes itself. Go. There's the grid. All right. Boy, they're literally taking it slow on this tutorial. In this step, we begin placing actors into our empty level. We will cover the two most common ways of adding actors: place mode and content browser. After completing this step, you will know how to place actors inside your own levels and can begin manipulating those actors to create your environment. Maybe I should turn the music down a little bit. Forgot about that, sorry. In the modes panel, with place modes enabled, I've already jacked up the interface. Modes. Place, paint, landscape, foliage, geometry editing. So place, we're going to go to BSP, which is not an option. So it's just an acronym. It doesn't tell you what the acronym is for, it's just letters that they put together. Because in the article for BSP, they don't actually tell you what BSP is. Fair enough. Modes panel, click the BSP category, which we do not have. This is for Unreal 4, right? I'm guessing it's just basic. No, basic is not an option. I don't have BSP. BSP not an option in place modes. Okay, so it's just been changed to geometry. It keeps going back and forth between BSP and geometry. What is BSP? Binary space partitioning. Boy, they just can't figure it out, can they? And select box. Drag it. There we go. We have drug the box. With the box still selected, in the details, set the location and rotation to 0. Let's just set all this. Okay. Set the scale to 44.1. 4.1. Okay. Select lights. Directional light. It is up and away from the floor. Visual effects. Atmospheric. Atmospheric fog. Okay. From the modes panel, in the basic, drag and drop a player start. Player start. Let's drop him right here somewhere. Volumes, light mass importance volume. Is used to control and concentrate lighting and shadow effects within the volume and place light mass, blah blah blah. Inside the level viewport, press R to switch to the scale tool. And scale it so that it encapsulates the floor. Okay, inside the content browser, starter, props, round table. Content, starter content, props, small table, SM small table, SM table round. There you go. And below, try to place it at the center of the floor using the move tool. Alright. And let's see, also under starter chair onto the level. Chair. Chair. SM chair. There we go. We want to rotate that where it fits. Okay. Sure. Here's how to place two objects. Now do this. Okay, I think we can do this though. We can manage this. Actually, they do have this coming around from the other direction here. So. Go. And then corner frame. I don't think that's what I was wanting. Window, door, glass, pillar. Boss. Window frame. I think that's it. I'm just going to drop these on here and we're going to see what these things are. Small bush would go right there. not sure what this is supposed to be. Here's that frame. I'm not really sure how to get this other stuff. Do they? No, they really don't. Materials, props, starter content, texture maybe? Okay, okay. Alright. So we've got 3 windows. So, and, sure, we'll do a floor for the ceiling. And we'll do these guys right here. I'm not even going to edit those guys. I'm just going to drop them in place here. Let's go to, what was it, Alt-J? This to be in the middle. Then this. And let's do this. I feel like this is closer. I'm going to do this just because my OCD tells me it needs to be done that way. Right. And front. Okay. And let's go back to here. Remove that right there. And we're going to come back to window, starter content, props, window. I need this to be unlit. What is the location of this? The z-axis, 150. So let's do this. There we go. I think that that is good enough. And then they had glass in the windows? I mean, you couldn't have put the glass in the windows. Got the bush in there. I have a light in there, so I'll get a point light up in here. I feel like there's a sconce. There we go. There it is. And another light. There. Wow, that's way off. Okay. I feel like that's not a I feel like that's a shadow from this right here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Sure, let's just drop that right where it's supposed to go. Works for me. Okay. I think we've got this. I don't see anything else that really needs to be in here. I have managed to have the whole thing rotated the opposite direction. I think they've got everything going that way. I wonder if I can fix that real quick. Can I change the rotation point? Unreal, change rotation point. I don't want to permanently change. Unreal, rotate multiple actors, change pivot. See, I don't want to do this, but you know, if that's what we have to do, then that's what we have to do. Let's put this back. Right there and right there. And now we should be good to go. My lighting's a little bit different, but hey, you know. Editing placed actors with several different actors placed aside your level. Your next step involves editing actor properties, which can change the way they look. We'll start with editing the properties of our directional light actor. And shift your focus to applying materials to some of the static mesh actors. Select the directional light actor, which is somewhere in here. There it is. In the details panels under the light category, enable atmospheric sun. Am I missing something? In the details panel under the light category, enable atmospheric sunlight. Atmospheric sunlight is not an option. Affects world. Cast shadows. Indirect volumetric. Wow. Alright, but at least we can do that. Change Oh, my son didn't. Uh-huh. Okay. So... is there a different light? Nope, this is definitely it. Effects world, use temperature. Rendering, light shafts, distance, lightness. Light function, tags, cooking actor. Unreal, your documentation's killing me here. Maybe this? Because the sun comes in with the atmospheric fog. Enable atmospheric sunlight. Details panel. Directional light actor. Holy cow. Details. Light. Unreal. Atmosphere, sunlight, not an option. Have to check show all advanced detail. These. There we go. I want that light to come in through a couple of different windows. There we go. My goodness. Next, we'll change material. Oh, that one's a door. Well, I definitely didn't see a door there. Starter content, architecture, all door. That, rotate that sucker. Move that into place. Is that in the right spot? Now it is. Delete that one. Delete that one. Our content props. Door frame. Somehow we got it right where it needed to go. I'm thinking that just might be a property of Unreal. Alright, so we selected that. Under materials, I feel like it should be right here. Basic wall, let's do Brick, clay, new. Okay. Brick. Oh, M. Brick. So I can't. Oh, wait, this is the static mesh. This is what I meant to do. Okay, let's change some materials here. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know what, I mean, there's so many materials here. Oh. Okay, we can do that. I don't know that I don't really want to change the scale of anything, except maybe we can do this. Let's see. Maybe this needs to be a little bit smaller too. Okay. Under lighting quality, choose production setting. Wait for the build to complete. Was I supposed to click build? Yeah, sure, what's the error? Okay. Once build is low, updated, and they're engaged in final results. Fine. See, that does look like grass. I need to rebuild. So those meshes have built-in collisions and things like that, and so we'll have to figure out how we want to do those colliders in our models too. So yeah. Okay. I think we're done with that. I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, so I think what we want to do now let's just see what VR mode's like. I have a feeling my controllers are going to be dead before the end of the day. There we go. Right, left. So, okay, here we go. Wow. Snapping, gizmo, edit tools, modes, system. Oh, I don't want to exit. I did not mean to do that. VR mode. Let's try that again. Okay, so there's a flashlight there where I can... Oh, okay, cool. No, that's not what I meant to do. Can't seem to turn this off. Alright, so I can move this. Scale it. Rotate it. I've somehow skewed it. That's interesting. Woo! Yep, I've completely jacked it up now. See if we can fix that. Oh my goodness. This is going to take some getting used to. Come on. I know you want to. It's obviously much easier to drag it like this than to do what I was doing a second ago. What I'd like to do here is get out of this menu. I had another menu a second ago. Okay. So once you're in VR, you cannot get out of VR without being in here. Okay. That's okay. I now know that it's going to take some getting used to get that to work. Exit VR. Apparently you can only exit VR mode from within VR mode. Except you can't. Oh, there we go. System. Exit. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, so I built this. I built this. Now, let's go to Maps, Hartford. Yeah, sure. Save all. Oh, I'm in the Hartford one right now. That's the one that I just built all that in. That's fine. So what I'd actually like to do now is maybe let's delete this. Yep. Yeah, just first delete it. And let's go ahead and delete this also. Yep, delete it. We're going to do new level, and we're going to use the VR basic. So it has, I guess, some VR stuff in here. And we're going to delete. Let's not delete quite yet. What I do want to do is let's play with some landscape and manage material. Let's put some grass down for now. Can we move the whole thing down? Alright, well, let's see what happens. Let's go back to content, geometry, meshes. And let's import. And it's going to be the, jeez. Oh. And this is what it looks like to import stuff across a slow network. All right, so let's auto-generate collisions. Let's try to leave the scale where it's at. Convert scene from F50. Okay, that's fine. Generate light maps. Combine meshes. Let's see what that does. Wow. That's a lot of freaking errors. All right. So it imported everything as separate pieces. Oh bueno. Wonder if I drag those on here, if it brings them in as Doesn't do jack squat. What's it doing? I don't think it scaled it quite right. Okay, we're going to undo a few things here. So I'm hoping that if I bring this in and tell it to combine meshes, that I will still be able to apply materials to certain faces. All right, let's try this again. All right. So that looks like it's scaled a little bit better here. I don't know if this would actually like work, VR preview. Hey pup, what's up? Do you need to go potty? Or are you just coming to say hi? Let's see. Alright, so there's nothing in here. We would have to set up all the actors for, well, that's a little disconcerting. Can I? That's a little scary. Whoa. I might get sick doing this. Let's see. Pepper, you okay? Okay, so there's a big collision box around this that's preventing me from anywhere near it. So we'll have to work on that. For now, let's see if we can edit this guy. And what we want to find out here is, like, I can't. There's no. Man, this is a little disappointing right here. How did I have this working before? Oh man. Okay, I think yeah, we're gonna have to change the collision also. I wonder if it's because well, I can't even select anything now. Yep. We'll get this right. Let's just see Unreal import FBX. Yeah, place it already. There we go. Oh, it's just not fair. Okay, let's try this. Yep. What's up, John? Oh, the problem is Unreal. Same as before, just figuring out the best way to import from Revit to Unreal. I'm playing with the different FBX import options and seeing what's going to work best. I may end up just needing to go back to the DAE export. How you doing? How you doing? Feeling better, I hope. Sure, we'll do that. I keep getting this message about not having sufficient permission to save content to my C drive. And I think it might be because of the length of the name. So what I've done here is I've decided to try to see what happens if I export things like that. And I wonder what happens if I do this. Okay, so you cannot can I group these? Can't group them. I can place them like that. And then what I'd like to know is, can I combine them into a blueprint? Oh my lord. Yeah, you can't save it, you piece of crap. I mean, I'm thinking that I just need to that is not what I intended to do. I don't know what frozen room means. Let's do all this, and I want to group. Or do I want to group? Wait a second. Wait a second. In Unreal, you can attach meshes, or actors in this case, to other actors. So if I come here and I do empty actor and drop this here, and I then come in and add components. I don't know what I just did. Oh! Check that out. Apparently I did it right though. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it right. So now, the question is, see now this is all one thing. So what if I go in here and hit edit? If I make this a blueprint, there we go. And let's put this under meshes. We're going to call this the Hartford VP. And let's edit that blueprint. Now I can go in and add things. This isn't, I was hoping that I would be able to roof, shingle, tile, can I see? And this is part of what I wanted to avoid, is that now I'm going to have to go in and select every single piece, and the materials didn't come in, so I'm kind of thinking that the FBX is just not going to work. Alright, let's close this. Yeah, you can close that. Okay, and let's try importing something else. And of course, right, you can't import DAE. Import DAE. See, I don't understand. What I'm doing wrong here. What I'm missing something fundamental in bringing the FBX files in. There's no export options. You just export Revit. From Revit, you just export FBX. There are no options except where to save it. I can use LOD, I can change the file type, and I can let it name it itself, but there are no options. I can use LOD, which really doesn't make any sense. But those are the only options. There are no export options. Oh, that's what I did before. I was using the DAE, the FBX converter. But it exports it to 2013. And I think doing this is how I got to where I was before with an FBX with material. Let's rename. I want to change the name of this bad boy. Actually, I don't think it matters. Just convert, overwrite, yes. Let's delete that, yes. Always come back and redo this. See, I don't understand why it's not exporting. Did this finish? Yes, it finished. All right. Let's import again, and let's try that FBX. While it's doing that, I'm going to try another export. We're going to call this something different. Yeah, that's fine. Except Unreal will not like those symbols. So we're going to call this true FBX. And these are all the textures that came out with the DAE file. Alright, so we have import options. I don't think we need the skeletal mesh. Do we want to generate collision? I'm going to turn that off for now. I'm going to ignore LOD groups for now. We don't need to override that. Remove degenerates. Build adjacency buffer. It's a larger, is it a large mesh? I'll call it a large mesh. Build a reversed index. Generate light map. Find meshes. I'm going to leave that off this time and see what happens. Material. Import materials. Import textures. Maybe I'll have to play with those and see if any of them work. So I know what you're saying, John. You need to set a material ID on every part when exporting, but that material ID should be there, right? Piece of crap. Did it again. But it brought materials in. So these are a bunch of separate entities here. I wonder, let's try importing again. Let's try this. And let's see if I do combine meshes. What do we have separate? Okay, so I see now. This is the DAE stuff. So this is everything that uses the material JEP is now an entity of its own. Okay. But when I combine meshes, we get this. And what I'd like to find out is whether or not if we convert this into a blueprint, if we can assign materials. Nope, it is a single mesh. It is literally a single mesh. We do have all these materials that we can manipulate, though. Which, I don't know. glass or glazing. So I could go through all this and these are all from, yeah. I could go through this and yeah, I think, man, I don't know. I think the big problem that I'm going to have is re-importing stuff when we change things and then having to reapply materials. So I think what I would rather do is if we drop an empty actor in here and then I come back to here, I select all of these meshes, add component, multiple assets. So it now has this, which, is that the same scale? Oh no. Shouldn't that bring the, okay, it does. Now let's do ArchViz actor. So if I do it this way, I can assign materials differently, separately. I'm trying to remember now, how do I come here to materials, content, starter content, materials. Then I should be able to do this right here. No? There we go. There we go. Concrete. Yeah, I can't do it like that though, which is a little disappointing. I wish I could drag and drop it on there like that. But I think I can get over that. Let's see, I think the front is stone. Yep, stone. So we can put stone on there, I think. Brick. What is not in scene? I'm not sure to which part you're referencing, John. So I think what I want to do at this point is throw some materials on here, and then I'm going to re-export and reconvert and see where we go from there. I do 0 satin. Satin. Chrome. I'll just use Chrome, that's fine. Go ahead and check your wood. You can drag it on a mesh in the main window. So you're saying that I can do this. So if I want this to be a heavy wood, I can drag it onto there. Looks like I cannot. And I think it's because what I've done is I've had to add all these what I'm trying to do here is keep everything to where I don't have to select everything to move it, because the import brings everything in as individual pieces. So if I come back to, I'll close this. If I come back to here, geometry meshes, okay, this is how it imports right here. Okay, it imports everything like this. Individual pieces. So I can drag these individual pieces out here. Right, so these are all individual pieces. So if I left them as individual pieces, I would have to be selecting or, you know, putting them in a folder. But what I've done instead is I've attached them as components to an actor. And then I've created a blueprint of that actor, which is for this is the one that I imported. So this is the one that I imported as a single mesh, and if you watch, I cannot. If I take this, I cannot drag it onto. Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa now. I'm eating my words. So if I do it this way, that means things will be a little bit easier. Brick. So let's see, stone. Drag that on there. See how quickly we can get to a state that we enjoy here. Concrete. What's up, stupid AI? Did I group it? No, it's not grouped. What I did is I created an actor, and then I added all those components as a as components to the actor, so they all act as one. But I'm liking this as a single mesh, and then I dropped the single mesh as an actor on its own. And we're gonna see kind of maybe sort of what we can do about this. So roof, shingles, asphalt. Surely. Maybe I should learn how to spell asphalt. I thought for sure it would have brought that shingle material in, but it did not. Yeah, no, you're right. For some reason, Autodesk's FBX format does not export properly from Autodesk Revit. And I say for some reason, but that's a common problem with all of Autodesk's architectural products. They do not export to other formats properly, and there's no real good reason why. Concrete. So the next test is going to be, yeah, no, Max FBX Unreal is not a problem at all. It's the way it's exported from Revit, and I've been accepted into the Datasmith beta program for Unreal, but the Revit plugin is not going to be available for 6 months. So, let's just look at materials. Can we just look at materials? Texture, physics, media, materials. Okay. Yeah, and I need these done in 2 weeks. So, can't wait on that. So I think maybe I have enough to come back here and well, I appreciate that. The big thing is that I've got to get these things in a condition that I need to get them to where we can walk through them. That's the big thing in VR. So I got to figure that out in Unreal. I could, you know, I mean, I could just do it in Unity, right? Because I already have a workflow in Unity that works. So I think the first big task is just making it to where I can teleport through and around these things, and then kind of at the same time figuring out, you know, how do I round trip this stuff from Revit into Unreal? So one of the things that I remember we had an issue with was that in Unreal you don't place the objects for the camera and the controllers the same way as you did for other stuff. So one thing that I'm not too sure about is I'm going to let these sit for a second, and I'm going to kind of come back to figuring out how to get materials added, because I think the next step is going to be to figure out what happens when we reload these. We change geometry and we reload them. Are we going to lose all of our materials that we've added? Okay, so that's one of the things that we need to figure out. This one is, which one is this one? What is this? View, window. I think this is one that we brought in. We can delete that one. Ouch. Okay. So I'm gonna concentrate on maybe getting a VR experience going here real quick, and see if maybe we can use some of the stuff that they have already set up. And I think I hate doing this, but I think what I'm gonna do, piece of crap. Oh my goodness. What am I saving this as? Oh, did I make a new level? Yeah. Yes, I did. Hartford. It's going to tell me there's one already there. No, it's not. So this guy right here. Let's see. Browse to assets. Is this right here? So let's just test this real quick. If we preview VR, we should be able to teleport which it looks like it does work. And this has got a cool feature, but I think this is a little overwhelming for people who are first time in VR. Like, so you can have yourself turn, you can rotate yourself from where you teleport, which I think is a cool feature. I think the hands are a little creepy. I might have to find different VR hands. So if that works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can just drop that motion controller pawn right on top of my my map. And it said that it was this one right here, so we're gonna check and see. Let's go back to what's wrong, Pepper? I think my dog is bored. Let's go to Content, Maps, and apparently the map that I just saved is not there, which means that everything that I just did in that last level is gone. Why did it not save that map? Open level. Did I just saved it into this. Game maps. Oh my lord. It didn't save it. Recent levels. Hartford. Where is this located? Wasn't I just here and nothing was here? That makes zero sense at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop this right here, and I'm going to look at this. I mean, it's got all the stuff that's here. I'm going to uncheck. No, I'm not even going to mess with it. So let's see what happens if we VR preview. For some reason, our player start is not in the right spot. It starts it there instead of here. Player start is right here. Why would you start over here? There's nothing there. Player start. Add size. Okay. That needs to be right there. And let's turn it. Show that right there. So I don't know why. Camera. Use controller, auto possess. Oh, auto possess player 0. So now let's try VR preview. This looks more promising. Hey, hey. We have no teleportation power. We have spider webs and creepy hands, but nothing that we can teleport onto. Okay, so we need to figure out how to tell Unreal the objects that we can teleport onto. So let's come back to here. Let's get rid of this. Let's just see if there is a property of this. Nope, let's go back. So let's save. Save all levels. Shoot. It's okay. And let's go back to this guy, apps, and let's look and see. Don't save. Okay. how do we tell Unreal what is this? Nav mesh bounds volume. Let's see. Great overlap events, collision presets, can character step up on? Maybe that's it right there. Collision. What is this? Light mass importance volume. And what is this? This is post-process volume. Okay. Is this nav modifier volume? Nav no collision. And the difference between these is these are all Unreal. What are you doing to me? Unreal VR teleport setup. Trace teleport destination. I did try to understand how Revit API works. I made a couple of API scripts a while back. I've kind of abandoned API in favor of Dynamo for automating tasks and things like that. But I mean, I haven't really looked at it in a while, so okay. Is valid teleport destination. Oh, Pepper, you hush. You know what? I just realized that my wife is supposed to be bringing me lunch here soon, and she has not checked to see what I want. So this says, provide this behavior of their own filtering. It's pretty easy. You start by looking at BP motion controller blueprints. trace teleport destination function. Get teleport destination. Handle controller input. And there's just so much stuff. I mean, I feel like this is an easier way to do it than the scripting that you had to do in Unity. I wish I had time to sit down and really figure this out. What is the condition? How do you set this condition? What am I missing here? Override this behavior. Where is the and? Mine doesn't have that and. This is motion controller. I need to look in the BP mode. I mean, I feel like that's where I am. Blueprints, BP motion controller. There we go. Edit. See motion controller pawn blueprint. Update. Only let hand climb with environment while gripping. Handle teleportation arc. I bet this is it right here. Trace. Report launcher velocity. There's not. BP motion controller trace teleport destination. There it is. Duh. Okay. So what are we looking for now? We're looking for this right here. Location. So it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot here. Yeah, so this is the event graph for the teleportation for the motion controllers in VR. Yes, please. So stupid AI, are you talking about you need to figure out how to select a family type using the API? Don't know yet. Just wanted to see if you want something first. I would like some Taco Bell. That sounds good. You need just bring Adam, drop him off. We can go get something. That's the right attitude. I will beat it. I always use this analogy from The Matrix. There is no spoon. You don't wrap yourself around Revit. You wrap Revit around your will. What do I want from Taco Bell? They don't have the stacker. Don't have the stacker for today. What do I want from Taco Bell, guys? Taco Bell menu. Crunchwrap used to always be good, but I have moved on to bigger and better things. You know, so here's the crazy thing. I always wanted, I always used to get a quesadilla, and but the quesadilla, the regular quesadilla menu option is either steak or chicken. And I used to say, well, I want it with ground beef. Like, oh, we can't do that. But they have a small one right there. I don't understand. And then the chicken mini quesadilla, right, is more expensive than the steak quesadilla. But for some reason, when you add ground beef to a chicken quesadilla and you remove the chicken, it's more expensive than both of them. So I don't understand that. Okay, so we're gonna do mini beefy quesadilla, Cool Ranch taco, no lettuce, nacho fries, large Baja Blast, light base, thanks. Less than 3. All right. Well, I mean, anything from Taco Bell is going to turn your stomach. You don't go eat at Taco Bell because you have a sensitive stomach. Hey! Better not be peeing in my office. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out here is what what we're trying to figure out is how the controller determines whether or not we can land on a surface. And I think it just needs to be a nav mesh. So what I'm going to do to test this is I'm just going to, I should have, oh nope, we're in the wrong map. Content, maps. Why is it not here? Okay, so if I go to content and maps, it's not there. The level that I was just working on is not there. Am I in a different project? I'm in Hartford VR, but if I go to open recent level and I go to Hartford, yeah, don't save that. Okay, it's here. Same project. Oh my goodness. There's something that I'm fundamentally missing here. Content, maps. Now it's there. Save. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, nav, mesh, bounds, volume. I think this is what I want to do right here. And so what I'm hoping here is that just by having this, we can navigate around in our VR. So, am I using PBR textures in instance materials in UE4? I don't think there's going to be any instance materials because I don't create or destroy instances of things in the VR walkthrough. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, but I will be using PBR textures, yes. And yes, Baja Blasts are very tropical. It's like Mountain Dew, but without the allergic reaction for me. So let's see what happens here when I preview VR. He has one hand and no teleportation. Okay, so we're still not getting teleportation in this. So I'm not really sure. I wonder if there's maybe some properties that I have to set up. So let's look at this guy here. Nav, mesh, bounds, volume. Collision. Character can step on it. Collision presets. Okay, let's look at IE. Okay, save. Yeah, let's just save everything because apparently it's going to bug me about this until I save it. So let's go back to recent levels. Pro tip in Unreal: don't accidentally click on recent projects if you don't want it to lock up on you. HMD locomotion. So what I need to find out is, that is nav modifier volume, not a nav mesh. Box brush. Poetry. Oy. I don't think I fully understand here. What is going on? Okay, so there's nav mesh bounds volume. Character can step up on. So I'm still I'm still I can't find the correlation between what makes an object navigatable and the properties that are assigned to it. You know what? Let's just delete that and see if we can play in this. The controllers don't even spawn. Okay. Did I open the wrong one? Let's undo that. Oh, wait a second. I'm in the wrong level. That's why it's not working. Content, maps. That's gone now for some reason. I don't understand what is going on here. The only way I can access... Oh my god. Okay, let's just make sure that this works. Play VR. No. Oh, maybe I should get out of that. So that works. So, is it this? If I delete that. Yes, that is what is keeping us from being able to teleport. We got too much crap over here. Okay, so let's undo that and let's see what this is. This is a nav mesh bounds volume, which I had already. I'm just going to copy this, and actually, can we? There's not a. Well, I'm just going to see if this works. Since my map is not showing up here, and the only way I can open it is to go to recent levels. see if I can paste this here. I don't know where it's pasting to. So let's just play this bad boy. Okay, so there's still something about it that we're not getting it. Am I gonna have to build this whole thing inside of first of all, save. It exists now. So frustrating. What is it about this that allows generate overlap events? Character can step up on. Those are modifiers. Nav area null. Okay. And I bet if I come back here, there's no map. No map. Unreal, you make no sense. I'm concerned that if I delete or if I save, close Unreal, and then open it back up, and that this level is not going to be in this project. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I haven't done that, but I'd be interested to see how you do that. And I'm assuming also that you're bringing your geometry in from 3D Studio. What are we doing wrong here, guys? Unreal can't get teleporting to work. And are you creating the geometry in 3D Studio, or are you bringing it from Revit into 3D Studio, or from something else into 3D Studio? Okay, I added a nav mesh bounds volume. Overlaps the areas you want it to map and doesn't just butt up to them. You'll need to add at least one nav modifier volume at one side of your map inside of the bounds volume. A simple wall or floor should do the trick. Without wanting to sound like okay. So you need at least one nav modifier volume. Not sure I understand how this is going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. Holy cow. Let's see if we can get it to overlap both of them there. And sure, we'll just see what happens here. Still nothing. There's something very fundamental that's being left out of all of these posts. Try adding a nav mesh bounds volume. I added that. Make sure the nav mesh volume overlaps the areas you want it. So maybe, just maybe, let's try this bigger, and making sure that it does. Oh, are we? It's kind of hard to tell, like whether or not it actually works there. And maybe part of the problem too is that this needs to maybe sit on top of something, and let's do this as well. And let's make sure that this is I don't know what I'm doing here. Still nothing. Okay, I wonder if it's because I wonder if it's because of the way that this is imported. What is this? Is this a static mesh? This is a static mesh actor. Let's save this. Save all. Look, my map is no longer showing up in here. Go figure. Why is it doing that? Save. What if I duplicate it? Yeah, we're just gonna call it Hartford 1. Oh my goodness. Content. Maps. Motion controller map. And is this it? So this is a brush. Wow. Somebody's mad. So let's do this. Let's go back to content maps and find that only our new map is showing up. The old one is, I'm done messing with that. Let's add a box. Let's do this. Do this. And do this because oh, that's a little frustrating. At this point, we're trying everything to figure out why am I not getting teleporting? It was fairly straightforward in Unity, but for some reason here in player start, is my camera missing? Oh jeez. Oh, player start. I can't leave it up here. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Why does it say bad size? Unreal player start bad size. Oh. You know what? I'm going to set it up here anyway. And we're going to try this. Success. So it has to do with the static mesh is not accepting the maybe it doesn't have a collision, which this is similar to what we had to do in Unity, right? So I'm not too concerned about that. Actor, I mean, there's no collision set to this, so well, let's just see what happens here. Let's see if we can walk through this, because there's no collisions on anything in the a little low. It might be because I'm sitting. Let's find out. Standing. How do we feel now? Oh, we have... Oh, maybe we've lost tracking? Nope, we have walked off the edge of the world. There we go. So I think that we're a little short. This feels a little too tall. And we definitely need to get some materials here. Make the oven not float. Okay, so that's the edge of the nav mesh right there. Okay. Things are making a little bit more sense. I think the height is a little bit low. So, hey, that makes me happy. I'm glad we got that before lunch. That does not look good, Timeless. Stop patronizing me. Those materials do not look good. What are you talking about? There is a lot of free stuff out there. You just have to spend a lot of time looking for it and signing up for free trials and stuff like that. But the best content you're going to find is the stuff you make. So the question is, if I delete this, can we still? And what I was finding is that this guy right here, this nav mesh right here, is what defines how far we can go out on that. So if I make this come in more, then we'll be limited to being right here. I'll test that real quick. We'll test that. I'll only be able to go like a very limited distance around the house here. Oh yes, teleportation looks good. Yes, thank you. I'm hoping that I figured this out. So I think this is looking low because we're standing on the actual plane, not the mesh itself. So the next thing I want you to see how this is limited to where we can go now, and that's because of the nav mesh boundary. So what I want to do now, yeah, that's definitely below that. I want to figure out how to make this static mesh interact with the nav mesh. That's going to be the next step. So let's do some research here. Unreal static mesh nav boundary. Does the navigation section in static Edit. Details. It's a lot of materials. LOD, collision, navigation. Bounds. So how sounds like lunch maybe here. Yep, lunch is here. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back a little bit later to finish some of this work up. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, I'll be back soon.